All right, I don't know why this is so absolutely awful, and I do apologize for that. Hopefully, we're back live now. James, hand your phone. Linda, if you're there, can you send me a message? See, someone's watching the stream, but I don't know who it is. This is so embarrassing. Excellent. Yay. Don't know what happened there. My internet has been absolutely awful. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that everybody is just streaming everything under the sun right now. I'm back. I haven't opened any more. I've opened, I think, one more pack, and I realized that I went off. So I'm back. Hopefully we're solid now. All right. So I'm just going to kind of do a quick recap. We still haven't hit a bear yet, so we're in luck with that. I think, did you see the Barry Sanders card? I hope you saw that Barry Sanders card, because that means you didn't miss too much. All right, I'm just going to do a quick recap here. We had that Herschel Walker with the Eagles. Natron Means, that was the fresh pack. Okay, card, great. So I can skip through that. Skip through the Sanders card, and we had a Derek Russell with the Cowboys and a Ben Coates with the Patriots. We had our checklist, our first checklist, which didn't. Oh, it does have the Bears on it. So there's what we're looking for, Linda. We're looking for Trace Armstrong for you, Joe Kane, Mark Carrier, Curtis Conway, Sean Gale, Jeff Graham, Raymond Harris, Eric Kramer, Lewis Tillman, Tom Waddle, Steve Walsh, Donnell Wolford, and Chris Zorich. And there's our first right there. So there's Lewis Tillman, running back for the Bears, right up front there. So we'll put this right there for you. How's that for timing? And then we've got a Tony Casales for the Jets there. These packs just don't want to open very nicely, but that's all right. We have a Rob Morgan Flair card. Webster Slaughter with the Oilers. Missed the Oilers. Tony Martin with the Chargers. Houston Oilers card, Ray Childress. Sam Adams with the Seahawks. Carlos Jenkins with the Vikings there. Chris Carter of the Vikings. That's an interesting card. Gridiron leaders. Michael Timpson with the Patriots. John Williams with the Steelers. Vince Glenn. I've never even heard of this guy with the Vikings there, and Tony Saragusa with the Colts. Look at that old Saragusa card. Nice. No, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to continue to do these until I can get some more stable internet, to be honest with you, Linda. I really enjoy doing it, but the stress of not knowing whether or not that anybody is actually able to see it is very, very difficult. So I'm going to try and up my pipe a little bit before I continue to do these. I do have that hockey break coming up next week. I do have a box of, I think it's 91, 92 jumbo box there that I'm doing, but I don't know after that, because I don't want to continue to stress over this. I want this to be fun. William Rolfe with the Saints. We've got a Vincent Brisby with the Patriots. We have a Wayne Simmons in an old Green Bay jersey there. Neil Smith with the Kansas City Chiefs. We have a Jets card of Mo Lewis. There's another Steve Young. Nice looking Steve Young. Looks like it may have been from the same game. He's got the same stain. There's a Jason Elam, great kicker for the Broncos. I remember watching him play. We've got a Marcus Allen with the Chiefs there. That's nice. Watched a special on him on NFL Network the other night. Troy Drayton with the Rams. He did not want to leave the Raiders. We have Andy Harmon of the Eagles and a Cleveland Brown Michael Jackson. Woohoo! Michael Jackson. See if I can get these open any easier without using the knife. I'm not seeing any connection interrupted. So you still with me, Linda? Oh my. There we go. Houston Oilers, Gary Brown. Cardinals, Ray Moore. Niners, Brent Jones. There's a Raider, Rob Fredrickson. Ed McDaniel, linebacker there. Got a Michael Westbrook. Looks like with, well, that's an interesting one. NFL Prospects card. Huh, will you look at that? NFL Prospects. I don't know who Michael Westbrook played with. Huh. The highlight film Big Play Wideout of the 94 collegiate football campaign. Michael Westbrook caught the year's most celebrated pass when he pulled in Cordell Stewart's Hail Mary game-winning throw with 6 seconds on the clock in a nationally televised game versus Michigan. The long, limbered, rangy speed merchant paced the Buffaloes in receptions last year, grabbing 36 tosses for 689 yards. Was Westbrook with Philadelphia? Can't remember. Maybe it was Redskins, possibly. We've got Jake Reed with the Vikings. Who's on the back of that? There we go. Oh, there we go. Trace Armstrong. Good looking Trace Armstrong there for you, Linda. Nice card. Although it does say that well, it's his college. Well, you look at that. Is that a rookie Armstrong? I may have bet. No, that's not a rookie Armstrong. It's a 6-year totals. That doesn't make much sense. Why he's got a Dolphins? Was this the year he was traded? Interesting. These cards are very confusing, Linda. We're going to put that Trubisky aside, put Trace up there for you. He's in a Bears uniform, so Trace will be coming your way for sure. We've got a Roman Filler and another Bear, Sean Gale. Starting to light it up, Linda. Starting to light it up. All right, we'll make Singletary out of the way for Sean. And who's our Flair preview? It is Drew Bledsoe. Really nice looking Bledsoe. All right, next up. So another Rob Moore. No, that is our Fred Barnett. Fred Barnett Flair preview there. All right, put that one aside. We've got Joel Smeege Smingy with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Dave Craig with the Lions. Heath Schuler. There's a nice Heath Redskins there. Al Gray of the Lions. Brian Blades again with the Seahawks. Chris Warren, I believe, of the Seahawks as well. That's a TD Sensations card. We've got a Jesse Tuggle with the Atlanta Hawks. We've got a Les Woodell with the 49ers. Ricky Reynolds of the Patriots, and a Bucky Brooks. Yep, Bucky Brooks with the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, I do want to keep doing these breaks. They're fun, and there's not many people doing vintage breaks, so I'm hoping it catches on. but I've got to get better at this, and I've got to figure it out. And unfortunately, this is not my full-time gig. So there's a Chris Carter with the Vikings. These Fleur cards are nice. A Carl Pickens with the Bengals. We've got a Giants card there of Keith Hamilton. Who's that? Mario Bates with the Saints. Jack Del Rio, awesome player there for the Vikings. Trying to remember what position he played. He was a defensive player, I believe. Linebacker. Yeah, he was a linebacker. That's right. O.J. McDuffie for the Dolphins there. We've got a Harvey Williams for the Raiders. A Bryce Pop, who was with Green Bay, but it looks like he got traded to the Bills. There's a nice Emmitt Smith TD Sensations. That's a nice looking card. No damage to that one. Who else have we got in here? We've got a Greg Burkett with the Raiders and a Steve Everett with the Browns. Yeah, the modern stuff is very expensive, especially if you're into basketball. It's been ridiculous this year with with everybody chasing after Zion. Sorry about that. Knocked down Trace and Lewis, but they're both in good shape. No damage done. No harm, no foul. All right. We've got William Rolfe again. There's a Neon Deion Sanders with the Niners. We've got a Terry McDaniel with the Raiders. We have a Morton Hanks with the 49ers. A John Carney card there, kicker. We've got a Cardinals Eric Swan. John Jurkovic. I remember John Jurkovic well of the Packers. Hated him as a Bears fan. Let's see. We've got a TD Sensations Jerry Rice. Another nice one there. John Randall L. Regulators, mount up. Right. That was his big thing. We've got a Henry Thomas with the Vikings, and a nice Brett Favre there with the Green Bay Packers, of course. Yeah, I mean, basketball has just been a nightmare. Even retail, you can't even find it in the stores for retail. And baseball, I think it's going to be as hard of a chase because Bowman just went off the shelves as fast as it got on it. Bowman 2020. And made it much more difficult to get a hold of product. So there's Dan Marino with the Dolphins. That's a. We have a Brian Cox with the Dolphins. I remember him being a nasty linebacker. Eric Metcalf with the Browns. Martin Mayhew of the Buccaneers there. That is one interesting Drew Bledsoe card. Look at that. Drew Bledsoe with the New England Patriots. And, looks like my chat disconnected. Oops. Okay, I'm monitoring here, and it looks like I'm still live. So I'm going to hope that we're still good. Moving forward, even though I lost the chat there, Linda, you might have to. I won't want to try and refresh just yet. If I lose the stream, I'll try and come back, and if the chat reconnects, great. But it looks like I'm still live here. Okay, so I've got that Bledsoe, and that would be something else if that was actually Tom Brady, right? That'd be an awesome card, but unfortunately, it's Bledsoe, so we'll put him off to the side there. We have a George Kuntz, again, for Green Bay, and Arenas Williams with the Cardinals. We have a Eric Davis with the Niners. We have a Chris Warren with the Seahawks. We have a Barry Foster with the Steelers. And a Dale Carter with the Chiefs there. I'm not seeing my stream coming back. Although it looks like it did. Huh. All right. Bumping into them, Linda. Next pack up. All right, we have a Rodney Hampton with the New York Giants. See a bear on the back there for you. We've got a Pete Metzler. I can never pronounce Pete's last name. Metzlars with the Bills there. Cortez Kennedy with the Seahawks. Antonio Langham with the Browns. William Thomas with the Eagles. Tim McDonald with the 49ers. There's a Ken Norton. Nice one of those. Juggling, of course, juggling the Super Bowl rings. Interesting. Alvin Harper with the Bucks, and it looks like the Cowboys. Might have been a trade mid-season there. We've got a Jeff Legman with the Jets. Fod Rivik, kicker for the Vikings. And there is our Joe Kane card there for you, Linda, with the Bears. Acquires a free agent in '93. As long as I can see that the stream is still running, I'm going to keep going. And luckily I've got a phone that is monitoring that for me. All right. Got another Drew Bledsoe Flair preview card. Bruce Matthews of the Oilers. Looks a little scared there. Look at that face. He looks terrified. We've got a Stan Humphries with the Chargers. Dan Wilkinson with the Bengals. There's a Thomas Randolph with the Giants. Ronnie Harmon with the Chargers. Kevin Green. Who remembers Kevin Green with the Pittsburgh Steelers? Another Marshall Faulk card. This one, the Gridiron Leader card. Insert. Mark Say with the Chargers. Dickerson with All right, we've got Al Smith with the Houston Oilers, a Natron Meanser with the Chargers. We've got a Darian Connor with the Panthers, but it says he was traded to the Panthers, I believe. Shows him in a Saints uni. So maybe he was with the Panthers and then became a Saint. These cards are confusing. We've got a Ray Crockett, Denver Broncos. Oh, one hiding behind Ray. And it is a Chuck Smith with the Falcons. We've got a Paul Gruber with the Bucks. We've got a Herman Moore here. Nice looking Herman Moore. I always get him confused with Herm Edwards for some reason, but there's Herman Moore, TD Sensations. Gene Atkins with the Dolphins. Rob Moore with the Jets. Irv Smith Sr. with the Saints. Irv Smith Jr. was in the crop this year. And a Flair preview of Tim Brown with the Raiders. Next pack up. We have a Jerome Bettis, the Bus, with St. Louis, long before he went to the Steelers. We've got a Leroy Butler with the Green Bay Packers. We have a Jeff Herod with the Cowboys. There's a Tommy Waddle for you, Linda. Nice looking Tommy Waddle. We'll stack that right up there for you with the other Bears squad. We got a Jimmy Hitchcock. Don't know who Jimmy played for. Looks like he played tough to see. It doesn't even say what team he played for in college. We'll have to look up Jimmy Hitchcock later. I don't think he's a Bear, though. We do have Craig Hayward of the Falcons, Russell Maryland of the Cowboys, and Chad Brown with the Steelers, John Carney, kicker for the Chargers, Ricky Irvins with the Skins, and Ricardo McDonald with the Bengals. Cards do not want to cooperate today. I was hoping this would be a quicker rip than it is, but the cards are a little sticky. All right, who we got up next? We have Eric Rett with the Buccaneers. Another Marshall Faulk with the Colts. Nice looking Marshall Faulk. Natron Means. Nice Natron Means, whatever that special card is. I don't know which insert that is. It's driving me crazy. Ruben Brown. Ruben Brown, top prospect. Don't know where Brown went either, but I will look that up and make sure he's not a Bear. We've got, look at this. Look at this. We have our very first hot pack. So in addition to the Rat preview card, we've got the Marshall Faulk Gridiron Gear, the Ruben Brown, NFL Prospects, Natron Mean, whatever that insert set is. And that same insert set for Tim Brown, a Gridiron Leaders Emmitt Smith. We've got a Top Prospects Jack Jackson. There's a nice Dan Marino, TD Sensations. There's a TD Sensations Natron Mean, a TD Sensations Herman Moore, and a Top Prospect Steve McNair. Look at that. That's awesome. Little bit of edge damage